Lots of chocolate for me to eat. Lots of coal making lots of heat.
Welcome back to After Hours. That is my guest, Julie Andrews, from 1961 as Eliza Doolittle. Julie, you had fame very early in your life. You had voice lessons. You were pushed by a stepfather who really believed in you and your voice and your skills. But from what I've read in the biography about you, you didn't have all that much of a childhood. Did fame make up for that?
I think having a voice made up for a lot. Having a freak adult voice in a young kid, and it gave me an identity, which probably saved an awful lot of sanity on my part. At least I hope it did. I'm not that sane, but it certainly helped a lot to have that identity to hang on to.
Rex Harrison initially thought you were wrong for the part of Eliza Doolittle and threatened to walk out.
Yes.
But he changed his mind. Why?
Well, because Moss Hart, our director, was so generous to me and so kind and loving and perceptive, and I hoped that I'd be able to do the role well. I had no idea how to approach it. And he shut down rehearsals for about a long weekend. I call it the dreaded 48 hours. And he worked with me and just showed me and created Eliza and got me onto the right sort of a path for Eliza. And then I worked on her for the next 3.5 years.
And you became her. And Richard Burton used to bet that you wouldn't notice his heavy drinking. How was he to work with?
I would say forever charismatic. Whatever he did, whether he had been drinking, whether he hadn't, if he was slightly tiddly, he would become the most world-weary king and somehow pull it off brilliantly. I would be in awe of his talent.
Burton said that he came on to you during the Camelot thing, and you were quoted as saying that if he'd started a little earlier, you might have succumbed. I wish I'd known that.
He said to me once something about, he said, I think, do you realize you're the only leading lady I never slept with? And I said, well, don't tell everybody that. It'll ruin the already perfect image, you know.
Let's talk about the Shrek 2 again, because it is hugely popular. I mean, what is it, #1 now among animated films?
I think it is the #1 animated
I saw it in the preview.
Hit.
The reaction was incredible. The kids and the adults both loving it.
I think what it is, Carol, is that people come back 2 and 3 times to revisit the film, and you can enjoy it on 2 levels. You can enjoy it as an adult with all its subtleties and the overtones, or you can just enjoy it as a great movie.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And you're doing books. We've shown some of them on the screen. The Dumpy series with your daughter Emma Walton, and you've got you're trying some novels now. What's Dragon about?
Oh, Dragon is also written with my daughter Emma. It's a 14th century legend that I found it's based on a true story, they say, in 14th century France. And it's about this amazing white wolfhound who was quite extraordinary. And I did a lot of research on it because I became fascinated, and it seems nobody had fleshed that story out. And it's just a wisp of an idea of a legend, and I thought, oh, I have to make more of that.
Of all the characters you've played in your wonderful career, who are you most like or would like to be like?
That's a hard question. I think there must be something of me in everything I do because I do it. I'm told by family that probably Sound of Music is the most like me. That kind of bouncy, healthy, whatever.
Well, Julie, I loved you once in silence, but now I can say it to your face. Thanks for being my guest on After Hours.
Thank you, Carol.
Wonderful to see you.
It's been a pleasure to be here.